I want to have a genuinely honest conversation about on-premise AI versus cloud AI. Not a sales pitch, not a spec sheet comparison. I'm going to tell you exactly when cloud makes much sense, exactly when on-premise makes more sense, and what the real numbers look like. Because most content I see on this topic either comes from cloud providers who want you to stay on the cloud or hardware vendors who want to sell you a server. I'm going to try to do neither. Let's go. My name is Saurabh Agarwal. I run Empress PC.in out of Lucknow. We build custom GPU workstations and compute nodes. I've been in conversations with teams across India who are navigating this exact decision. So this video comes from real conversations, not theory. Let me start with when cloud actually wins. And I mean genuinely wins, not in some edge cases. If you're a startup in the first 6 months running experiments, validating whether AI even works for your use case, use the cloud. Always. The flexibility is worth the cost. You have zero idea what your workload looks like yet. Locking capital into your hardware before you even know your requirements is a bad bet. Cloud also wins if your workload is spiky and unpredictable. If you run heavy inference for 2 days, a month, and nothing the rest of the time, on-premise doesn't make sense. You'd be buying a 30 lakh machine that sits idle, and cloud wins for global distribution. If your users are across 20 countries, you need edge inference infrastructure that no single machine can give you. Those are real wins. I'm not dismissing them. Now let's talk about where on-premise starts with, and it's a specific threshold. If your team is running consistent AI inference workloads, meaning AI is not an experiment, it's a core part of your product or operations, and you're spending somewhere about 3 to 5 lakh rupees a month on GPU compute or API costs, the on-premise math starts looking very different. Here's a real scenario. A company spending 5 lakh a month on cloud GPU instances, that's 60 lakh a year. A well-configured on-premise inference node with professional-grade GPUs, something like 4 NVIDIA L40S cards, might cost 25 to 35 lakh total, depending on the full build. You have recovered the cost in under a year. Year 2 onwards, your inference cost is essentially zero. Just power and internet. Beyond cost, data privacy in regulated industries, healthcare, legal, finance, government. Sending your data to a third-party API is often either not allowed or deeply uncomfortable. On-premise means your data never leaves your building, your model, your data, your hardware, latency. If your application requires sub-100 millisecond inference, a local inference server in your own office on your own network will almost always beat a cloud API with internet round-trip overhead. Now here's where it gets India-specific, and it's important. Professional inference GPUs are not widely stocked in India. The NVIDIA L40S, the A100, the H100, these are enterprise procurement items. Most PC shops don't carry them. Most e-commerce listings are grey market or have inconsistent warranty support. The teams I've spoken to in India who are seriously considering on-premise GPU infrastructure face 2 problems. 1, sourcing. Getting the right cards with proper warranty and GST invoicing is harder than it should be. 2, configuration. You can buy the GPUs, but you also need the right platform. CPU, motherboard with enough PCI lanes, power supply rated for continuous multi-GPU load thermal management. A GPU that throttles at 70 degrees under a sustained inference load is a wasted investment. This is what we do at Empress PC. We source professionally, build specifically for compute workloads, not gaming rigs with an expensive GPU dropped in, and test before shipping. If you're in tier 2 or tier 3 India and you think this kind of hardware is only accessible to companies in Bangalore or Mumbai, that's not true anymore. We ship pan-India. So where does this leave you? Ask yourself 3 questions. 1, is AI inference already a recurring cost for you or still experimental? 2, is your current cloud or API spend above 2 to 3 lakh a month with no sign of dropping? 3, do you have data privacy requirements that make third-party APIs uncomfortable? If your answer to any of these is yes, the on-premise conversation is worth having. Not as a commitment, just as a conversation. Link to our website is in the description. If you want to just talk through your use case, what models you are running, what your workload looks like, what you're currently spending, drop a comment or DM me directly. No pitch, no pressure. I'm genuinely happy to help you figure out if on-premise makes sense for your situation. If it doesn't, I'll tell you that too. Subscribe if you want more content on GPU infrastructure and custom builds in India. I'll see you in the next one.